Hello, it's very cool, people. We're here at Proto. Very, very
This is a
swag.
professional environment.
Very swag.
So don't be professional.
Be as professional as possible. So who's going to wear the mocap suit then?
Matthew.
Right, Matthew, you're the man.
Yes! I'm gonna get pushed over!
Let's go.
I'm gonna get run over by a car.
Yeah, all right. You're not going to get run over,
Thank
don't
you.
worry.
At this part, we enter the building, into the lovely lobby, and get told to sit down. First impressions, it looks great. Building very well presented. Quite enjoyed it.
Hi guys.
We're about to get told what is in the lobby and everything. So we get sat down, ready to be told.
Say again?
I got told. So,
Well, you've been here.
yeah, I know. I already gave Matthew the insights of how it goes.
Morning everyone, it's alright.
Yeah.
Just make the introduction, I'm Sam, I'm the business centre manager here, and this is Luke, he's the technician for the box. Has anyone been to Proto before? I thought I recognised a couple of faces actually. Does anyone know what Proto does, for the ones who haven't been?
Don't you do audio, motion capture and design for like TV shows and games?
Yeah, we do also photogrammetry. Yeah, we've got the sound room. We do the motion capture. Yeah. So, what we'll do is I'll just explain a bit about the two parts of Proto, and then we'll go down and we'll see where we'll have all the fun. So this is the office space for Proto. So this is housing to several tech companies who deals with like the VR, motion capture, that sort of stuff. And then we've got the box where, like I say, we have all the fun. It's got the VR headsets, the motion capture, things like that. Have you decided who's going to be in the mocap suit? Excellent, right, you'll have a lot of fun. We've had quite a few sessions in and they've thoroughly enjoyed it. So, excellent. Well, what we'll do is when we take you down there, we'll get you all in the suit, get your markers. Luke will explain all of that, and then we'll get you to do the things that we need you to do. Just to explain a couple of things, because you've probably seen some things started about here in reception. First of all, ma'am, sitting there. So she was actually a local artist, ma'am. She actually brought her in and put her in the photogrammetry. Now the photogrammetry is this here. This is just a 3D scan of it to show you what it is. So that she actually put ma'am in the scan, rang her up on the morning and said, ma'am, don't brush your hair, don't get ready. This is how I want you to stand. And that actually her ma'am was up for it. So mum's been in the Baltic and she's been at Cheeseburn and she's now here for a little while. If anyone wants to buy it, she's £3,000. So just in case you want to think about getting your own mum. So this stuff here, if you want to stand up and come and have a look.
You're sick of hearing the same talk like
No, I know. It's all interesting. It's good.
So we didn't get this right. Oops.
Right.
Is your phone in one of the
Yeah.
So you'll see that there's nothing on the dish, okay? Have you ever been to a restaurant where you look at a menu and you think, what on earth is that? Or, oh, that sounds nice, but I don't know if I like it when it comes. Well, imagine having something like that. So can everyone see the sushi on the plate? And then the ingredients and the nutritional value there. So this works as, is everyone obviously seen QR codes?
Yeah.
So rather than having a QR code, this is the QR code. So I'll show you the octopus. Can you see that it's changing?
Yeah.
So imagine this in a museum with, if anyone's got any little sisters or nieces or anything like that, imagine being able to go into a museum and you're able to look at the artwork, but then the kids are able to take their iPads and their phones and actually see them come to life. That would be pretty cool, wouldn't it? I know for my two it definitely would be. And then we've got the skull here.
Whoa.
And see that? And then as you move it round, obviously you can see
That's cool.
all the markings on it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So the skull and the octopus work similar to how the QR codes work. So essentially, it's a unique pattern that the camera recognises. But instead of kind of going off the sort of like the squares and being a bit messy, what people kind of feel not attractive, what it does is the developers designed so that the octopus's shape works exactly as that. So it recognises the outline of the octopus, the colour, and it goes, oh, well, I know exactly what that is, and then it performs the exact a digital action, just as what a QR code would work. Same with the skull, so you've got sort of the face. Essentially, the developer said that you've got to kind of hold the camera towards the face for it to recognise, but it's all the marking that kind of go around to help the camera to recognise the digital model as it goes around and to translate it into space.
Cool.
Yeah, very cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, we'll head through to the box.
After being shown the cool stuff, we head our way to the VR room.
Right, Matthew, I know I've dealt with this before.
Oh, that's cool.
Say hello.
Hello.
We're both
Say hello.
vlogging Proto.
Yeah, we're both vlogging, you know. Even Alessia's vlogging it. Whoa, this is cool.
What was on about?
Oh my god, it's...
Selfies we've had in
Oh god. Selfies. God, that's noise cancelling.
Oh God.
Valve indexes.
If you couldn't tell by me saying Valve indexes,
Yeah, I'm
I was completely freaking out in this area.
Get out the bloody room.
So this is the Digital Catapult Immersive Lab. We work alongside Digital Catapult to house a lot of the virtual augmented reality headsets that you see behind you. Essentially what happens in here is we work with a lot of companies kind of be that sort of bridge to kind of help them with their ideas. So if any companies say, I've heard of virtual reality, I've got no idea what it is, what we would do is we'd invite them in, we'd kind of say, get them to talk about what their idea is, say, they're like, oh, I really want to do this sort of app, but I don't know where I'd go. Well, what we'd do is we'd get them to try on the headsets, we can give the positives and negatives of the headsets and the price point, so it means it will fit into their budget and we'll more or less help them to come to realise what they want, because we can't see their ideas. So we let them try out what they've got, what we've got. We house all the current headsets that are available on the market, so it means that we're not doing anything that's development, so it means that a company can basically buy anything that's available on display. And then when they go to a developer, they can then sort of have that speed of time and go, oh well, I've already tried this headset, I know what works, I know what doesn't work, I kind of want to take a bit of this and a bit of that, and it just sort of speeds up the development, so the developer's not confused, he's not getting frustrated, and the same with the person who wants to create the project, they're not getting frustrated with that back and forth, and streamlines the whole process. Yeah, but we'll head on.
Has anyone got any questions for this space? No? Right.
Yeah.
You want to finally look down at the sound room?
Valve index, very swag.
Yeah, we're just asking about like videos and stuff.
Let's go.
Before we start over.
Yeah, let's go. Oh, they're cool. I like VR. Oh, where are they? Oh, all the way down the stairs. Wait, is that a Pico Neo? That's Pico Neo.
Some of them, honestly.
It's Pico Neo. Oh, the audio.
Blend this with
Everyone in?
There you go. Thank you.
So this is
Excuse
the
me.
piece of Proto, this is our main control room. So as a lot of you have already seen through the window, you can see our sound room. So it's set up for podcasting at the moment, but it's available for kind of games, film, TV, animation, do a lot of sound effect work. So if you want to do any voiceover work, if you want to do any sort of Foley work, which is making the sound effect games or TV, it's set up more just as a quiet space for companies to just kind of rent out. Behind us, we've got an example of one of our scans. So with the 3D character scanner, essentially all 121 cameras would fire up at the same time. Within a split second, we'd click a button, flash would go, and we'd download all the photos, process it through this sort of software, and it would create essentially a photorealistic digital replica. There is a few sort of issues with the scans, or with the hair and things like that would need cleanup, so this isn't the end result. But in terms of time of sort of capturing someone at this level of detail, you'd probably say need about 10 minutes of their time. Then we've got the motion capture on this screen, which will go into more detail downstairs. So essentially you've got the Velcro suit where essentially put reflective markers on people and capture sort of any action that we want to in this sort of space. Proto is ultimately kind of created so that you can digitally scan someone, have them in the action motion capture to then put them in a virtual world like this. So this technology is being used a lot more in the film and TV industry, especially since COVID, as they found that it saves some costs on doing risk assessments, because instead of having to train up the actor to do all the sort of dangerous stunts, they only need the actor for about 10 minutes and then they can go off and do another project. They can then have the trained person in the motion capture suit to do the action, so it means they're not having to train someone up, they're not having to do any risk assessments, they're not having to do any sort of green screen work or put them in any danger essentially. It just means that all that sort of money saved on that. It also saves on the time, because it means that they can actively see the feedback of how it looks in the end result straight away. But yeah, if you want to head down to the main folder.
I said, is it okay if you hold my, like...
You want me to record you while
Yeah.
you do this? Yeah, yeah.
Green screen down there.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
that's why you always those cameras going. Oh my god.
Hi, Kieran. I'm having so much fun.
I'm enjoying myself in Proto.
I am, actually. I love Proto. They've got so many exotic headsets, like the Pico Neo 3. I think it's the Pico Neo. Like some form of Pico or something. No, I think this...
We didn't go through this way. See, I didn't go through this way either.
Oh my god! VR treadmill.
Looks like it's for a baby.
Wait, imagine John was here. How much of a flap he has. John was
I'm having a flap already. Ah, cool.
Oh yeah.
Cool. Can you put the thing there as well?
So this is our multi-purpose hall. So as you'll see, it's obviously got the green screen there, and it's also got the infinity cove there. And we also have the motion capture, which is going to give you a bit more information on that. Just to kind of fill you in with the hall, we have everything happening here. Like, it was probably just before Christmas, we actually had 2 horses come in and actually be photographed in the space. We've also had cars in here. We've had people come and do the motion capture with wrestling, or we've had a variety, haven't we? So, yeah, like I say, Luke's going to talk you through the motion capture, and then we'll get you in the suit.
Cool.
What's your name?
Matthew.
Matthew, right.
So just quick brief introduction of motion capture before we get suited and booted. So if you see above us, we have 12 cameras. They are the square ones with the blue rings. We use off-track 517W cameras. Essentially, between a lot of the main games companies will use Viacom. There's not really too much difference between them. They both work in the same way. So what they do is they blast out infrared light that bounces off of the example. So essentially, they blast out infrared light that then bounces off these reflective dots that then go back to the camera, and it knows where it is in the 3D space. Very oversimplified way of explaining it.
Oh.
Should be a light behind that.
Oh.
Yeah, you've been pressing it.
I was wondering what was going on there.
So with this as well, we've got them set to 120 frames a second. We can up that to 360 frames, so if it is action very fast moving, we can track that.
This concludes part 1. Part 2 will be uploaded soon.